medium mileage 1997 Thunderbird. I bought it last summer when my 1996 kind of fell apart last spring. You see, this one is a more basic model, and I'll show you the differences between this car and my 1996. And what happened to my 1996 is, well, we towed something with it, and the rear end, pieces of the rear end just kind of fell off. And so it had to go away, and I missed the car, and so we bought this 1997. I'm so lucky to have it. So this car is fairly rust-free. I'll show you where there's some rust, but it's got about 120,000 miles on it right now. So I'm calling it a medium mileage car. It's not totally original right now. These wheels came up from my 1996, and it seemed to just waste those tires, so these are my 1996 tires on here. Eventually I'll go back to the stock tires. So there's very little rust, but I can see that some starting right at the edge of the door on the inside and underneath the door here. But generally it's very, very nice. On the wheel wells, I really don't see anything, and I kind of feel kind of bad that I'm going to be driving this car until it falls apart. This probably could be somebody's collectible. Taillights look just like my 1996. This is a basic car, there's no spoiler, which is just fine with me. Here is the engine of my 1997 Thunderbird. It's a 4.6 liter V8. And there was some change between 1996 and 1997. I'm told the intake's a little bit different, which is a good thing because the intake on my 1996 cracked at least twice since I owned it. This is the stock interior of my 1997 Thunderbird. Looks just like my 1996. And I replaced very few things in here. I did replace this tray-like thing from my 1996, but everything else in here is stock. This is one thing that's different from my 1996. You do have the mirrors here, but they were lit on my 1996. This is different than my 1996. My 1996 also had a wheel right here, and it's for controlling how long the lights were on inside the car when you left the car. I didn't really find that a useful feature, but some people liked it. This area is totally different than my 1996. For one thing, my 1996 had all those gauges, and this car doesn't have the gauges. I really wish I had a voltmeter in this car, but what can you do? You just have a hot and cold, thing here. An RPM thing over there, which I don't really look at either. And it's got dummy lights. It's got some funny pictures. Steering wheel exactly the same as my 1996. Cruise control, same. Leather wrap steering wheel, same. This is a very basic heating thing compared to my 1996. We have these dials you just turn up and down, and the temperature turn up and down. If you see my video on my 1996, you see I had a temperature thing here, and I just typed in which temperature I liked it at, and the car controlled it. Now I have to play with all these buttons to get everything right, and then I get hot, and I turn it cold, and then I get cold, I turn it hot. So I missed that feature from my 1996. From what I'm told, this is an improved version of the radio. I don't know if it is or not. I just listen to the radio and I drive along. It's a little bit different looking, and I believe it's got some kind of amplifier in it. And when I bought this car, the radio didn't work. And for months I drove around with no radio. Then one day, someone took the radio out to see if they could fix it and found it was unplugged. So now I have a nice working radio. This area in my 96 I had some kind of gauges which were helpful, but now I have Just some little opening thing here. Open for me. Push on it and it opens. Yeah, like we really need a cigarette lighter and a... Well, we need the outlet, but... Yeah, it's pretty deep. Can throw something in there, I guess. This console is a bit improved. And you have cup holders here. And on my 96, we had to open this and flip the door down for the cup holders. And now this one actually has real cup holders. It's very useful. It also has a little area for your toll money, which I think used to be useful in 1997. But these days, Dryden tolls, you need to have dollar bills. So not sure how useful this is anymore. Now, inside my console is a trunk release. On my 1996, you had a key, and you could lock it, and then nobody could get into your trunk. This one doesn't have a lock, but you still had the release. That would be a useful feature if you lived in a big city and you worried about hackers and that, but that was a nice feature. Everything on the door, just the same. Same controls as my 1996. I'll take a look around. Very, very clean. Very, very nice. I'm very glad I own this car.